Randy Mamola tried time and time again, but that world title just kept eluding him. The 500cc MotoGP World Championship title was out of reach but ever so close. He finished in second place in the World Championship 4 times. That did not stop him from becoming one of the best riders though. He was recently named MotoGP Legend to become one of the few 27 who has ever made it to the Hall of Fame. He earned his spot in the MotoGP Hall of Fame for what he accomplished on the track and what he did after retiring from racing. His performances on track were amazing. 13 Grand Prix victories and 57 podiums in the 1970s, 80s and 90s. He made all the accomplishments while riding for several manufacturers, namely Suzuki, Honda, Yamaha and Cagiva. After his retirement, he demonstrated how dedicated and passionate he was about road racing and motorcycling. He even set up a charity organization to provide healthcare to remote areas in Africa. So, why did he never claim a world championship title? What was stopping him from achieving every racer's dream? To get the picture, let's look at his racing career. Randy was interested in music growing up, and at the age of 10, he was even in a band, but that changed when he was 12. He became interested in motorcycle racing and idolized Kenny Roberts, the motorcycle racer from California. He started participating in dirt track races in Northern California, which made Yamaha sponsor him when he was 14. He then put all his focus on road racing, as Ron Grant, a former racer, coached him. In 1977, he received his first international spotlight after Grant took him to the New Zealand Marlborough Series to compete, and he impressed the onlookers. He graduated from high school in 1977 and began competitions professionally in the AMA Road Racing Championship for the 250cc category, and completed second behind David M.A. on the overall standings. He went ahead and claimed the 250cc AMA Road Racing Championship in 1978 and began showing a resemblance to Kenny Roberts, making him earn the name Baby Kenny. Randy's great performance got him a place on the American team, and in 1979, he participated in the Transatlantic Trophy Match races. The Transatlantic races put British racers against the top-ranked American racers with 750cc bikes in a race series in England, which comprised a 6-race series event. Randy was in a 250cc category and wasn't expected to do well on a 750cc bike, but that wasn't the case. The observers were surprised when Randy completed the series as a rider with the second highest points, right behind Mike Baldwin, also a fellow American. In 1979, he joined the Grand Prix 250cc World Racing Championships with a Yamaha-powered machine. Still, after some varying opinions from the Italian sponsors, he changed to a Yamaha TZ250, which Zargo sponsored. When Mike Baldwin, who was riding for Zargo in the 500cc category, was injured, Randy came in as his replacement with a Suzuki RG500 halfway through the season. As much as he only raced in half of the 500cc races, he had a fantastic run. He was in second place in the Finnish Grand Prix and was in the lead at the French Grand Prix for 5 laps before Barry Sheene passed him, but he managed to finish the race in second place, just ahead of Kenny Roberts, who he idolized. Randy completed his rookie season in 4th place in the 250cc class and 8th place in the 500cc class. His amazing performance during his rookie season awarded him a Suzuki sponsorship for the season of 1980 as a replacement for Barry Sheene. Randy's first victory in the 500cc class came at the Belgian Grand Prix in 1980. He was victorious once more at the British Grand Prix to conclude the season in an impressive second place in the overall standings, with Kenny Roberts taking first place. He kicked off the 1981 season with 2 victories and 2 second places, then took the championship lead, but he was surpassed by Marco Lucinelli, who took over with 4 wins in the 5 races that followed to take the World Championship. Randy finished in second place once more, but at the time he was just 21, and many of the onlookers felt that he was soon going to claim the World Championship with time. He began his 1982 season terribly, with just 2 points. However, he managed to recover in the final 3 races, being runner-up twice and claiming a victory. He ended the season in 6th place in the championship standings. Freddie Spencer dominated the season of 1983 with Honda, and Kenny Roberts with Yamaha. Spencer rode the Honda NS500, with Roberts riding a V4-engined YZR500, while Randy fought as well as he could with a Suzuki RG500. The RG was old and the effects had begun showing. Suzuki's desire to have a lightweight bike with a compact engine led to several problems, starting from the flexing of the frame tubing made of thin aluminium. Spencer and Kenny were both victorious in 6 out of 12 races that season, while Randy landed in 3rd place. Spencer got injured during a pre-season Atlantic match race in 1984, making Honda recruit Randy to join their racing team. He joined with a Honda NS500 and made it to 2nd place with the bike at the Spanish Grand Prix, behind Eddie Lawson in his Honda debut, even with a later uprise that saw him win in 3 of the last 5 races of the season. Randy completed the season in 2nd place in the championship standings, with Lawson taking 1st place. This was the 3rd time he'd fallen into 2nd place in the World Championship in the 500cc class as a runner-up. Randy's season in 1985 was disappointing, as Spencer and Lawson took the lead, but he still did manage to be victorious at a race in the Dutch TT. It was also the year that he made one of the most amazing saves in the history of the motorcycle Grand Prix at San Marino. His rear tyre lost traction, and then suddenly regained it again. It threw Randy over the handlebars, but he held on tight to the handlebars in an impressive display of strength and perseverance as both his legs hung on the motorcycle's right side. He held the motorcycle upright as it careened off the track, then swung his left leg back onto it and gained control. What a save! In 1986, Randy joined Kenny Roberts' newly formed Yamaha team. While on a YZR 500, he claimed the Belgian Grand Prix with 6 podiums, then completed the season in 3rd place with Eddie Lawson and Wayne Gardner right ahead of him. He kicked off the season of 1987 with a win at the Japanese Grand Prix, but after Gardner continually won in 4 of the following 5 races, he took the championship command. Randy had 2 more Grand Prix wins at the French and San Marino Grand Prix, together with 9 podiums, but he ultimately completed the season in 2nd place, with Gardner taking 1st place. At the French Grand Prix's penultimate round, Mamola made a stoppie while in 2nd place, just before he crossed the finish line. At the time, it was frowned upon by sponsors. Kenny Roberts also viewed the move as irresponsible. Randy's act greatly impacted the team in 1988, when Roberts decided to make some changes to his team by replacing Baldwin and Mamola with younger riders, namely Kevin McGee and Wayne Rainey. Randy moved to Cagiva to help them develop their race bike, the Cagiva C589. He stuck with the Italian team for 3 years, but the team's success was hampered due to financial reasons. He missed the 1991 season, but returned in 1992 for a final year on a privately supported Yamaha. He had his last podium standing in 3rd place at the 500cc Hungarian Grand Prix in 1992, finishing the season in 10th place in the World Championship. From the moment he started racing, he was promising and he was so impressive that he got sponsorships from Honda and Suzuki. He was strong, but so were his opponents. He tried again and again to take down his competitors such as Eddie Lawson and Freddie Spencer, but no matter how hard he tried, he just got pipped to the post every time. At the end of his career, Randy Mamola had achieved 13 Grand Prix wins, 57 podiums and 4 second-place runner-up spots in the championship in 1980, 81, 84 and 87. He rode for Suzuki, Honda, Yamaha and Cagiva during his Grand Prix career, but achieving his Hall of Fame status came much later on, and with good reason. Life after racing. In the end, Randy had to accept the outcome and retired from motorcycle racing. But not for long. He became a test rider for Yamaha afterwards and helped them to develop their bikes. When he'd finished with Yamaha test riding, he became a television commentator for the motorcycle Grand Prix races, and even worked together with several motorcycle magazines as a columnist. In 1986, he started charity work when he came across the global charity program named Save the Children. After the experience, he co-founded Riders for Health. The organization provides ambulances, 4-wheeled vehicles and motorcycles used to provide healthcare service in remote areas in 7 countries all over Africa. MotoGP Hall of Fame. Randy Mamola could not believe it. He had been chosen to be in the MotoGP Hall of Fame. He never saw it coming, so much so that he had to research what makes a legend. He was more than humble, amazed and touched. As he received the honor, he could not hold back from reminiscing about his racing career. From his view, it was amazing. He believed that he deserved it, and more than ever, he was thankful. He knows for a fact that he was one of the best motorcycle racers in the Grand Prix, because of tough opponents he faced throughout his career. From Randy's journey, we learned that it's not only a World Championship title that lands you in the Hall of Fame. What you do on and off the track matters even after you quit racing.